Well, welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the 1 hour live show where we talk about all things reselling. We're full-time resellers. He's Chris. I'm Jason. And this is another episode number 20 of Two Flippin' Dudes. So on tonight's show, we've got some fun things to tell you about, or at least semi-tell you, I guess. Later on, we're going to be announcing our guest for next week. So we're going to have a guest next week. You want to stick around to the end of the show where we'll announce who our guest is. So stay tuned and stay with us. Also, I went thrifting today. I found a $50 used shirt. So I didn't pay $50 for it, but I found a shirt that goes for $50. And this is a new brand for me. And I don't think it's one that's very known. So I've got a bolo item for you. I paid $4, should go for $50. So stick around. I'll show you that in a sec. And Chris has got the Hawaiian vibes going on this week. We're going to be seeing some Hawaiian shirts that sold in his store later in the game. So 3 things you'll want to stick around for. And there are a lot of people already here. Welcome to the show, Two Flippin' Dudes, guys. Another Thursday. So excited to see you. Well, Chris, we've survived another week. Here we are. It's Thursday again. We've made it through. And welcome to the show.
Dang, man. I like all those new teasers. Those are great. I'm like excited to stick around and watch the show now. Nice job.
Yeah, don't go anywhere because you're an integral part of this show.
Well, cool. Well, good to see you, Jason. Thanks everyone for joining, whether you're joining us live or whether you're watching a rerun with us. We appreciate it. It's good to have you in here.
Yeah, and for those that whether you're new or whether you're here every week, thanks so much for watching. And if you are new, we go live every Thursday at this time. So this is not a a one-time deal. We're here every Thursday, so come join us. But Chris, here we are again. How's your week been?
Week has been good. I guess nothing like wild and fun to report about this week. Just a regular old reseller week here in Florida. I am excited about the weekend, though. Kim and I are headed to Miami tomorrow, early afternoon. We're going to head out and visit old friend Zach, who lives in Miami. So I haven't been to Miami it's been 19 years, almost 20 years since I've set foot in Miami. So I'm excited to go check it out for the weekend. And it's also extra interesting because I was born in Southeast Florida. I was born in Boynton Beach, Florida, which is down that neck of the woods. So it's kind of like going back to where I'm from. But yeah, I lived there for like 3 months though. So it's not like I'm going back to see my old like high school buddies or anything. I lived there until I was like 3 months old, and then I moved to New Hampshire. But it's still, that's where I'm from,
So what's on the agenda for visiting? You said your friend Zach. Is that his name?
My friend Zach. I don't think we have an agenda. He mentioned some neighborhood that's like a hip arts district, and I already forget the name of it. I'll look it up in a second. But that he said we should go check out, that he thinks that we would like. That probably means that there's like breweries there and kind of more like artsy kind of stuff. So excited about that. And he's got a pool at his place. So we'll probably, Kim's excited about spending some time in the pool.
Nice. That'll be fun.
I think so. What's going on? What's good with you? How's your week been?
Man, it's been a weird week. Monday, I didn't plan it this way, but Monday I got the second Pfizer shot. So I kind of knew going in. I got it in the afternoon. I was like, okay, the next day or two after this, maybe down for the count. We'll see. I wouldn't say I was sick necessarily, but I was exhausted both days. And so I worked a half day on Tuesday, took kind of the afternoon off. Wednesday, I got some stuff done, but today's like the first day that I've actually started to feel energy again. So, that's how it goes sometimes, and why I'm in the business, but it's been kind of a low key week for me.
Well, I'm glad that you're bouncing back and you're today you're like back to life. That's good. Did you have like a productive day today now that you're back? Did you feel the pressure like you had to go crush today because you had slow days?
I did have a productive day. I didn't necessarily feel like it needed to get done. I kind of just did what I needed to do. I ended up listing 30 items, and then I went thrifting for the first time because I hadn't thrifted all week, and I was like, I got to find something cool for our game, and then I've got to get some more stuff. So went to a couple stores, got some stuff, listed 30 items. So I'd say it was pretty productive. Probably pulled in 25 to 30 items from 2 stores. So yeah, good day.
Geez, man, you're a freaking machine. You're like, oh, I guess I did an okay today. I listed 30 items, went to a few thrift stores, pulled like 25 or 30 more items. It was just, I guess I did a little bit of work today. You're like, damn, man, you're a machine. That's impressive. Nice day.
Well, yeah, you should have seen me on Tuesday and Wednesday, though. I was listing a few things here and there. I wasn't thrifting. I mean, it was just, but that's okay. I mean, that's why I'm my own boss. So, yeah, I watched some documentaries. That was productive from the couch.
Nice job.
But yeah, it's been a good week. I think just resting has been good.
I feel like that beard has been filling in too. Maybe the Pfizer shot maybe is like a miracle grow for that beard.
Yeah, man, I've been trying to get it back out there because I trimmed it down too far, and then it was like, oh no, now I got to grow it back. So get the reseller beard in there.
I guess Dr. Fauci didn't mention anything to me about these shots helping out the beard game, but
yeah, we'll see. If it starts to change colors or something, let me know. We're kind of all in uncharted territory in these post shots days, so we'll see.
Well, what's up? You want to show us some of the fire that you pulled today? You said 25 or 30 items, I think.
Yeah, I got some stuff to show. So I'll kick it off with let's just get into that item that I was talking about, because I know everyone's probably interested in what is a $50 shirt. And honestly, I picked this up thinking I would get 30 to maybe 40 max. When I got home, I looked it up before we went live here, and I was like, man, this thing goes for 50. So I'll show you. I'll actually show you the brand, and then I'll show you online some sold comps. But let me know if anyone out there has heard of this brand, Western Rise. Anyone out there know that? I just saw the sleeve, and I'm like, this looks like a really nice knit shirt. And I mean, I'd say the tag it's not fancy or anything, but Chris, have you heard of this, Western Rise?
No, never heard it. Never heard of it. Never seen that tag before. So that's awesome. Is it pearl snap?
It's not pearl snap, but it's a mixed blend of merino wool and polyester. And so paid $4 for it. It's a men's large. And like I said, should go for $50. I was just doing some I looked up their website, and I'll just show it real quick. Here's their website, so the branding. But I mean, if you look at some of the items they have here, I mean, their pants go for $130 to $150 new. I'm not sure what the shirts go for, but here are like a few sold comps here. I mean, these are used shirts. So 60 plus shipping, 45, 49, 57. Wow. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. So I'm curious if anyone out there has heard of it. Central Illinois Reseller says have not heard of it, but we'll look for it now. Yeah, so I was floored by this. There aren't many shirts out there that can hold $50 used. So
yeah, that's a nice bolo. I will say though, it's a very new company. It looks like they were founded in 2014, so it might not be a super common. Find,
I don't think it's going to be super common. I think it's going to be like a Filson, where you find one every once in a while,
right?
And probably pick up anything that you find from this brand.
I'm looking too. They're based in Telluride, Colorado.
No way! I didn't see that.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, that makes a lot of sense, because Telluride is just an expensive place to live, so it's kind of on par.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a young company, 2014. I'm just like looking up like geeky stuff, like their seed money and like what's their investor status. It looks like there's 9 employees that are on LinkedIn, so it's a pretty small company.
Yeah, here's like this shirt that's probably similar to mine, $130 new. So, yeah, I would say I'll probably list that around 50 plus shipping. We'll see. I mean, obviously there are 18 results for sold shirts, and if I just look at how many are on the market right now, there's 8 that are used. So, I feel pretty good. It may sit for a while, just because probably a brand not a lot of people know about, but yeah, I mean, that was the home run of the day out of all the items to find that shirt. So definitely made it worth going.
Right on. I'm looking too. It looks like they have a storefront in downtown Telluride too.
It's interesting. We were there, probably 2 to 3 years ago for like 3 or 4 days, but we didn't. I mean, we were obviously there on the town, but didn't see that store. So it's not a big town either. It's a tiny little Colorado mountain town.
Yeah, I was there as recently as late May or early June of this past year, and I was like, I had breakfast like a couple of storefronts down from this place. That's interesting. I had no idea it was there, but then again, it probably just blended in with like just kind of any like outdoor shop that's down there. I just probably didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. Carol says, Jason, did you sell Minnie Mouse? No, I did not sell Minnie Mouse, but I took her down because it was like, it's time to change up the background. And I wanted to show you another item that I picked up was this. It's a Disney Store Pumbaa plush. And you can see it's got like grub hanging out of the side there. Let's see, I paid $3.93 total for this guy, and it's pretty big size plush, bigger than my head here. So yeah, I mean, I think I should get $20 to $25 with shipping all in when the sale sells. So
nice.
I'm
What's
always
the
looking.
tag on it? Is it like a Disney store tag?
Yeah, it's a Disney Store tag. So Disney, I'm trying to find the year here. I don't see the year, but there's the tag. So I'm always looking for Disney, especially Disney branded stuff. This looked like it was like a puppet, but it's not a puppet. I was kind of hoping it was, just with the mouth the way it's open, but still a cool plush right here. So Pumbaa,
absolutely.
Put them back on the shelf.
I love the bugs hanging out of his mouth. That's awesome.
Yeah. I've got a few more, but I'll give you a spin on showing us some items you've picked up.
I'll show something, but first an update. Some of you might remember our conversation last week, like live during the show. I had somebody that was messaging me on Facebook Marketplace about a Michigan jersey, and the fellow was I forget where he was from, but he was going to be on vacation this week, and he wanted to come by and take a look at the shirt while he was on vacation in Florida. So anyway, we went back and forth. I sent him a message. I said, well, where in Florida are you going to be? It's a big state, 63 counties, right? And he said he was going to be in Sarasota, which isn't crazy far, but it's still about 2 hours away. So I just said, hey, look, I just do online. If you want to look at my, online reputation, you can take a look at my eBay store and look at my feedback there. I have detailed photos of the item. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I'm happy to ship anywhere in the world for, what did I say, $485 or something like that. So, or anywhere in the country for $485. So never heard back from them. The next day it sold full price on Facebook Marketplace to somebody else. They just came along and bought it without wanting to come by the storefront to check out the item before they bought it. I mean, it was $29. I mean, come on.
That's the best. And on Facebook too. That's the best solution out of that whole story.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. I don't know what he wants. And I said, look, if you have any specific questions, let me know. You can see my feedback, all that. Like, I'm legit, blah, blah, blah. But never heard back from him. And then probably because it sold quickly the next day, he maybe never got a chance to respond to me. And then he saw that it was sold on the notification. So I guess a good outcome to that, that weird thing. Like, come on, who's going to drive 2 hours when they're on vacation just to go see a $29 jersey to look at it before they buy it? Who would? A problem buyer. That's who would do that.
Yeah.
Somebody
exactly.
Who's got to do like an item not as described return or whatever. So that's an update from my world. What am I going to show here? Right,
while you're looking for that, you got it. So go ahead.
I don't know if you're familiar with this brand. Reef Francois Gibaud.
Never
often
heard of
referred to as Gibaud, and this is it's a woman's denim jacket. I don't spend a lot of time in the women's section, but when I go to Goodwill's, I'll tend to go to the women's jacket section and see what I can peep, especially this time of year, because Goodwill's in Florida, people aren't buying the jackets and stuff. So I had a theory that maybe today would be a good jackets day, and it was. This was one of many. This piece here, I paid paid $7 for. I should be able to get, 30, mid 30s plus shipping on it. And yeah, it might still sell, even though it's, May now in summertime. So I have a lot of pieces today. I got a mix of like Hawaiian summertime stuff and some like straight up like winter stuff. So that's
Nice.
one from the winter. Here's more of a summer item. We'll switch back to this.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm just looking at that brand you just showed.
Oh, you hadn't heard of that?
I've never heard of it. No, maybe I've heard that last name.
People often refer to it as Jabodes, or they're known for their jeans. Really, been around a long time. It's kind of an older brand. So also picked up this vintage polo shirt, Looney Tunes, little Bugs Bunny WB on there. The tag is a WB tag on it.
Nice.
Large shirt, cotton. I had to do some spot cleaning on it. Let's see if the spots came out. Looks pretty good. Well, maybe not. They got better. But anyway, and you can see I have another one there too. Same store. That one's Bugs Bunny. But Bugs Bunny's playing golf, like in his golf attire. So that one's a different tag. The one on that was Acme Clothing. But same size shirt, almost measured identical. And it was at the same thrift store. So I imagine donated by the same person. But pretty cool. Couple of pieces. I haven't comped them out yet, to be honest with you.
Nice.
But it's always just fun finding stuff like that. I feel like brings a smile to your face. Even if they're not worth a lot of money, I'm bringing those home either way.
I'll switch directions from clothing. I'll show this. Well, I'll show you the front first. I picked up this plate. Anyone who's been watching me knows that I'm always looking for like dinnerware plate sets that match, that have some really unique patterns. So I saw this. There were 6 plates just like this pattern. Looked on the back and let's see. How do you do this? Kim Parker Home. But under that, I was more interested in Spode. Oh, yeah. So Chris, I don't know if you know that brand, Spode.
Yeah, I didn't even catch the Spode when you first showed it. I probably would have just like flipped it over, saw Kim Parker, and kept on moving. But yeah, nice find.
Yeah, I honestly, my eyes went to Kim Parker because obviously the blue logo there. And I almost just put it back and it was like, wait a second, that's Spode. And I haven't sold plates from Spode, but I've sold some mugs from Spode. And the mugs have been going for like 30 a piece. So I know that Spode is a great brand. So I think for these 6 plates that I paid, I think $7-8 total for, I should get around, I think I should get around $60 to $70 plus. Well, I would say probably 60 to 75, including shipping. So
nice. Good one.
Yeah,
crushing lately with like plates and bowls and stuff. Impressive.
I've been trying to slow down on that stuff because it's obviously heavy, takes up a lot of space. So I've been trying to not spend as much time there in the glassware section, or in the pottery, china, all that. But every once in a while, if I see like a plate set, I'll grab them. So I'm accumulating a massive stacks over here. So it's time to start moving these.
You could have to get a couple new cabinets in your kitchen just to expand.
Well, it's funny you say that because a couple of weeks ago bought a new like shelving unit that's here in this room. And so I'm slowly boxing myself into a smaller office, but it's just kind of nice to get that stuff off the ground and put it on some shelves. So
yeah, if I keep picking up stuff like that, I think I'm going to have to figure out something too, like a new storage thing.
Yeah, Laura Wimble says, I finally found that one, but 2 of those jars with peppers in them that Jason loves. One is shaped like a rooster. I haven't found a rooster yet. And the other is a huge, like nearly 2 feet tall. So, wow. Awesome, Laura. I was looking for those today, but didn't find any.
I was certain, how sometimes you just get like feelings like I was in Goodwill and I was like, I'm going to find one of those chili pepper bottle things. I'm like, I'm going to find it. I just know it. And then I didn't. And that's my whole story.
Cool story,
I still
bro.
haven't found one. I look for them all the time. I still haven't found one.
It's out there. You'll find one. You have people retiring to Florida, so someone's going to be donating some of that stuff.
I hope so. I hope you're right. All right, I got some more stuff here. Here's a brand I don't typically pick up. I pick it up here and then, here and again, but only if it's vintage. Here's here we go. Probably recognize that tag right there. Gap. This is a vintage flannel with just like a really nice pattern on it. So
wow, that is sharp.
something like this. Don't be scared away by the comps, because I went and looked at comps for this piece, and they're anything from like $10 to mid 30s. But if you look at, again, I always encourage people when you're looking at comps for clothing, go ahead and just toggle the filters so you're not looking at auctions. Because when people are auctioning a shirt like this off in 7 days, they might get $10 or $15 for it. So if you're going to list it as a buy it now, you're going to get more money for that item. So if you toggle it and just look at like the buy it nows for this, I think I can get upper 20s into lower 30s for it if I'm patient, and especially because I think this is like a vintage pattern, too.
Yeah.
Big plaid. So I think
Yeah.
that's something that the buyer of this shirt that's looking for a vintage Gap shirt will like, that kind of vintage pattern.
The color alone, that color I'm always looking for. That kind of, it's more of a festive holiday color that comes around like fall, winter. So if it was like the smaller plaid, I would have picked it out. But even with that larger plaid, I think, it makes it more rare, more unique. And, something like that, if I'm looking at comps, and by now I've sold enough of those to kind of know what to price it at. But if I'm looking at comps, I don't let even buy it nows deter me, because there are a lot of people that just don't do research. They list something. Of course, it's going to sell for lower because someone's going to pay for it. And I consistently list stuff like that and get what I need to on those. Like easily, you'll get $29 to $35 on that. So
nice.
You may just sit until it's flannel time.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not too worried about it. I'm optimized to hold some clothes, and I'm actually right now. I mentioned last week's show about, like, someone was asking like, what's a good thing to buy this time of year, and I said, start stocking up on the winter stuff, because you're going to be able to find that stuff really cheap right now, as long as you don't mind holding on to it for a few months. And sometimes you don't even have to. The good stuff goes.
Yeah.
I was looking behind me too, because Ryan said I miss any houndstooth. I think he said he missed the start of the show. Any houndstooth. I love picking up houndstooth, and I was certain that I have a stack of clothes behind me, and I was certain I had some houndstooth back there, but I don't. But I did find this. It's worth showing. So check out that Rain Spooner.
Dude, another Rain Spooner.
You'll see some Rain Spooner later in the show, but I'm on a roll with them. Those and Tory Richards, I'm on a crazy roll with. But nice shirt. This is 100% linen. Most of the Rain Spooners are going to have like that floral, like aloha pattern, and most of them will be silk. So this is kind of a nice different find in the linen. And I don't know about that tag. If you'd ever seen that specific tag before, I've never.
That's a new Rain Spooner. Well, I say new. It's one that I don't recognize. No.
So
I don't know if that's old or new, but
yeah, it's a great made in the USA, made in Hawaii brands. I'm guessing that this, I haven't comped it yet. I'm guessing that this is probably a $35 shirt.
Does that have a pattern on it, or is it just like a solid brown?
100% solid, like plain. I guess you'd call it like a tan brown or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's I wasn't planning on showing that, but it's in the pile back here. What else you got? You got anything show worthy, television worthy?
So I believe you've shown this brand before, Chris, but so I know you know what this is. I know you've picked this up, but Territory Head, and I love honestly finding that tag right there. More so than like the new Territory Head. That's a vintage tag with the gray tag, purple print. But these shirts, like their brand is really like earthy, especially their old clothing, really earthy colors like your greens, yellows, oranges, browns. And it's just the heavier fabric. So it's a heavier cotton, does really well. A lot of great patterns. So Territory Head, something like this, $25 to $30. I think I used to get more for these, but I'm just not getting what I used to.
To me, the prices come down a little bit. It's one of my favorite brands to find because it moves really quick. It's really consistent. The prices come down a little bit for me. I can still get the higher price, but if I price it more like 25, 24 plus shipping, I'm finding that they're moving pretty quick. So I actually sold one, 2 days ago. And so here's the thing. So this should have been at the beginning of the show. Like, what's new? I went to a line dancing night. A friend of ours invited us to
No
go line
way.
dancing on Tuesday. I didn't line dance, and I didn't allow myself to get talked into it because I wore flip flops to it, so that nobody was. I was like, nope, don't have the right shoes. But I went and played darts and watched other people line dance, and I love playing darts. So I was like, oh great, I'm gonna wear this like great pearl snap territory head shirt that I had bought at a thrift store. And I had it for sale. It's a size medium, just a beautiful Western shirt. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to wear that tonight. I finally have a reason to wear that. And what do you know? The shirt literally sold like an hour later after I said that. But
That's wild.
I still wore it anyway because
Yeah,
I wasn't going to ship it to the next day. I still wore it anyway and then got home and threw it in the wash.
You're like,
and let it dry
I got to be very careful not to stain this, not to rip this.
Exactly. But it's
So
just
no
so
line
funny.
dancing for me.
I had that shirt for like 2 months. I thought it was going to sell in a matter of days. I had it for 2 months. And of course, the day it sells is like the one time I'm going to go to like a Western appropriate event where I want to wear that thing. I hear your territory ahead and I'm going to raise you, but I got to go off.
Raise me.
Yeah. It's
what do you
right
have
over
that's
here.
going to raise?
Stand by.
Speaking of line dancing, Nick and Renee say hello from the winery, enjoying the show from the winery. Thanks for tuning in from the winery. That's awesome.
So a little territory ahead piece here for you. And really nice pattern, I feel like, on this one.
Yeah.
Again, like you were saying, it's kind of that like that Southwest, like earth tony kind of style going on. Always kind of have these colors, but nice piece here. Size XL. It does have a little spot on it that I noticed when I got home. I tried to spot clean it. Let's see how it came out. It might have come out. You know, sometimes spots really show up on those like photo lights more than they do anywhere else. Actually, it might have come out. I wasn't really too. Oh no, maybe it's still lightly there, but I think I should still be able to get good money for it.
Yeah. I remember one time at Goodwill, I still remember the store. I came to men's rack and there were 5 territory heads, all like same size. They were men's small. They were $4 a piece, orange, green, yellow. I mean, just different colors, but the same shirt, just different colors. And I was like, man. And I mean, territory head was popping for me. This is like 2 years ago. So I picked them up. They were men's small, mind you. I bundled them together, put them in a listing as 5 for one listing. They sold for $100 like the same day. I couldn't believe it. Men's small. So I mean, yeah, great brand. But I don't know that I would still pick up men's small in that brand anymore. But that was a lucky streak, I think.
I think I'd still pick up. I'd still pick up men's small in that brand.
Yeah, that may be a conversation for another day. But what brands would you still pick up men's small?
Filson all day. Arc'teryx. Trying to think what else. I think I'd pick up a Robert Graham small, although I don't ever really find a Robert Graham small.
Yeah. I had it was like a Ralph Lauren, but it was very crisp, like the gingham check. It was just really solid, but it was a small. I left it, but I was like, man, this is a solid Ralph Lauren. I really want to get it, but I just couldn't. So,
yeah, Ralph Lauren. Unless it was a linen or one of those silk jobbies, I think I'd pick one of those up in small, but nothing else from Ralph Lauren. I'd say,
well, yeah, and that's why
I'm not going to touch small.
Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't. But sometimes it's so hard when you're just looking at the shirt and it's like very different than other Ralph Laurens, and you're like, but it's a small. Had it been a medium, I would have picked it up.
I'm glad you mentioned the small thing. That's a little bit of a teaser for something I'm going to show you later on in the show. Yeah, so size small for the win. It was for the loss maybe, but for the win all at the same time, if that makes sense. Little teaser.
I'm just looking. I don't have any smalls to show, so you'll be riding solo there, but I'm looking forward to it.
Ooh, I got an offer. Speaking of a linen Ralph Lauren shirt, I listed one maybe 20 minutes maybe before the show started, and I just got an offer on it.
Nice.
So I could turn into the fastest sale of the week potentially here, but I don't think I'm going to accept the offer.
Well, it could attempt to run for the fastest sale of the week. We're not giving it to you yet.
I don't need anything given to me. I'll just take it.
It's usually your category, Chris.
So $28 extra large linen shirts. So I got it listed for $27.95 plus shipping. They offered $20. So
man, those are always tough for me because I've got a lot of items at 27 and I get a lot of $20 offers. What are you going to do? You going to take that or are you going to counter?
I'm going to counter, and I'm going to go in at 23, which is on the buyer side of meeting halfway. It's got 17 views and it's been up for a little bit short of an hour. So I'm not.
I think we should wait until the end of the show to accept that, though. Make the buyer sweat it out a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, I just did the counter for $23. So we'll see what happens with that. So we got a little bit of we got some live stuff happening here. Oh, I got an offer on Facebook Marketplace too.
Dude, you are rolling right now.
Facebook Marketplace has been slow for me lately. I've sold one item in the last week on there. And now for some reason I can't open up this offer. Glitchy Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I sold 4 items this past weekend on Facebook. I think they were all on Saturday, which is pretty par. I've been selling like a handful of items all on the weekend on Facebook for the most part. Not getting a lot of weekday sales.
Interesting. So I got a pair of shoes. They're Nikes. I got them listed for $35. They're basketball shoes. What size are they? 9.5. It's a good size. Air, versatile. She's offered me $27 for it. Accept offer. See you later.
27 plus 9.
27 plus 9. Yeah.
Nice.
So the 36 on that. So those are sold. And what's beautiful about Facebook Marketplace is accepted that offer. So the money has they've already paid. So that's a beautiful thing. No waiting for the person to pay now. No games.
Yeah, Chris and I have been ranting lately in our conversation throughout the week about eBay and what's the deal on unpaid item cases, unpaid items in general. Facebook has it down.
Yes. Mercari has it down also.
Trisha's doing something right. Says she's had 9 sales on Facebook Marketplace this week so far. That's balling in my book right there. That's doubling my sales from the last week. Way to go, Trisha.
That's great. Good. Glad to hear that. 9 sales on Facebook Marketplace. That's amazing. How many did you, Trisha? How many of you got listed up there? I'm curious. And I actually asked you the same question, Jason. Have you been listing a lot lately on Facebook Marketplace?
I didn't list it all this week, so no new listings. I'm sitting at just under 200. So.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. What about you? Did you get anything? You were doing a bunch of cross posting onto Facebook this week, I think.
Yeah, I've been kind of slacking on it the last couple of weeks. I really hadn't been focused on Facebook Marketplace, but I put up 25 items between Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, and that's my goal. I set myself a regular goal. Like every week, I want to put 25 up on Facebook Marketplace. So I think one thing that will help with that is right now I've been doing a lot of cross-listing older items. But I think once I get in the routine of just listing items up there as I go, if that makes sense, it'll save me I think it'll just be a good rhythm. And then just devote a couple hours every week just to do a couple of cross listings, from older stuff too.
Yeah. Trisha says she's got over 100. What are those items that you're selling, Trisha? Are they all one category, or are they just a random assortment of stuff from your store? Is it clothing or hard goods? Or I'm curious on that.
Interesting update from my end. I have every single pair of shoes that's listed on eBay is also cross-listed now on Facebook Marketplace. And actually, that's a good reminder because I'm cross-listing. Now I have to go take those Nikes down from eBay before I forget to do so. That's one of the things, one of the joys of cross-listing, right, is to have to keep track of the stuff that's cross-listed.
That's right.
And, make sure you pull it down when it sells. So go ahead and let's see, end that listing. Cool. What's great about that too is I had them listed at $35 on Facebook Marketplace and on eBay. I sold those shoes for $27. I'll end up making about the equivalent of like if I sold them for 31 or 32 on Facebook, or if they were on eBay and sold for that price, because of the difference in fees, 12.55% for eBay, 5% for Facebook Marketplace. So,
yeah. Trisha says random assortment. Clothes, CDs, mug, Disney shirt. Nice. Good sales. Well, Chris, are we ready to play this game?
Well, yes, kind of.
Are you looking for your item that you need to take down?
I just took that down, and I have an update about the Ralph Lauren linen shirt that was listed right before game time. That item is sold. Offer was accepted. So
the $23 that you just sent?
Yes.
Nice.
So there you go. In under an hour, $23 plus shipping sale. So again, I'm telling you, those linen. I buy and sell a lot of Ralph Lauren, but linen and or silk, those shirts for me fly off the shelves.
Yeah, this is the time for sure. Gavin asks, have you guys ever shipped a Guitar Hero controller? I heard people combining two 1095 priority boxes. Yes, you can do that. Tennis rackets, that's another great option. Board games, anything that's like flatter but longer, you can just put two boxes together, slide it down to the length that you need and then tape it up, as long as it's not a flat rate box. So make sure that you're looking at the boxes that they're not flat rates. They're just the priority mail boxes. So I'm guessing it is the 1095, but I don't know off the top of my head. You, Chris?
Yeah, Gavin, I use 1095 and 1092. They're both very similar size boxes. The 1092 is just slightly smaller, so it slides right inside the 1095, and then you just tape them right together. Super fast packing. I just do a little bit of bubble wrap on the top and the bottom of the guitar, and that's it. Out the door. Usually about $10 or $12, pretty much anywhere in the country for those because they're not very heavy. I've actually done two Guitar Hero controllers in that same 1095, 1092 thing to the same buyer before. So,
yeah,
super
good
clutch. And by the way, those boxes are available at USPS.com and they're free. So you can go on USPS.com, go onto the shipping supplies, look up the 1095 and the 1092 boxes. I also use both of those boxes for really commonly for blazers and jackets and sport coats and stuff. I use both of those boxes, not both of them together combined, but individually.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I have a video coming out this week on how to ship a suit. So if you're wanting to see, I use those boxes in the video. So go check it out. Danny's asking, what is the all-time score for the game now?
It's funny that you should ask. I texted Jason earlier in the day and I said, all right, we've had 19 episodes. The all-time Flippin record books are showing only 18 games. And I'm pretty sure we did the game right from the first week. So we're going to have to go back and figure out one is missing. But right now the ledger is showing Jason with 8 wins, Chris with 10 wins. But there's one that I don't know. I guess I didn't record it. So I'm going to have to watch a whole lot of older games, which actually could be a lot of fun. Going back and kind of seeing some of those old games. I think that could probably bring a smile to my face. But
I'll let you take that one.
Well, I feel like as the keeper of the all-time Flippin' record books, I feel like it's my responsibility to go with that thing.
Either way, no matter which way it goes, it's close. It's closer than what we started off.
All right, I'm ready for the game. I had to make an update, but I'm ready for the game. Hello, everyone. If you're joining on TikTok, feel free to jump over on YouTube. The link's in the bio, or you can just hang out here and watch me from that weird side beard angle. All right, let's play a Flippin' game. So we got 5 Flippin' questions. We got 2 Flippin' dudes there's going to be one Flippin winner this week, as there is every week. Question number 5 is important. We're going to need the audience participation for that. It's going to be audience vote to determine the winner of that. It oftentimes determines the winner of the whole game too. So stick around for question number 5. Let's kick this off with question number 1. Biggest sale of the week. Jason, you are our winner, defending champion from last week. What was your biggest sale of the week?
All right, here we go. Chris, this was a tough week for me. No big sales, no big profits. I'm beatable this week, so I'm defending from a weak position. But this is my biggest sale, sold for full price here. These Mountain Khakis convertible nylon hiking pants. I'll show you the tag here. It's definitely a brand you want to check out. I picked up a pair of these today, actually. Mountain Khaki, great brand. If you can find like the heavier cotton or these nylon convertible pants, those are the best sellers. But got $47.79, and I paid like $4.50 for these. So that was a great flip, just not a huge flip this week.
Right on, right on. Nice one. Let's see. Hold on one second, Jason. Okay, cool. I got it ready. I got mine. So nice flip on that. I love Mountain Khakis, by the way. So here we go. Mine's a Facebook Marketplace, kind of an unusual sale for me. I sold a full-size sofa and love seat, that little combo there, both of them, to one lucky buyer. These items were sitting unusually on Facebook Marketplace for 2 months before someone came and bought them. As you can see, I had the couch at $200 at one point and then kept on lowering it down because I just wasn't getting any action at all. Usually furniture moves really fast for me in my experience. So, but anyway, these are out the door. I have part of my garage back, which is really nice. I got $100 total for these 2 sofas, and the young lady who came by and picked them up with her father was psyched, and she's living in her apartment without a roommate for the first time, so she's buying furniture, and she was super excited about these. So I paid $0 for these. My friend Wayne said I need them out of my house, and because I got new stuff that's coming in tomorrow. Can you come by? They're yours, as long as you can come by and help me move them out and move the new stuff in. So for a little bit of grunt work, I got myself this $100 sale. I also had to borrow another friend's truck, which cost me about $20 in beer as a thank you for letting me borrow the truck. So really, I made about $75 off this, plus a little bit of grunt work. Of course, Wayne's awesome if you're watching, Wayne, but Wayne didn't mention that the stuff was up on the second floor, so I had to move 2 things down from the second floor out, and then 2 things to replace them. A new sofa and love seat was a sectional to replace it. So I definitely did my work for it.
Yeah, you're like, Wayne, you got to follow me to my house now and help me unload it.
Which he did not. No. Well, it was easy. I just pulled it up to the garage and threw them in. That was easy.
Yeah.
So I'll update the scoreboard here. Unusual sale for me and some good profit. Chris with the shirts, 1. Jason with the shoes, nothing. Let's move on to the second category, biggest profit. This is why we do it. So we're looking for biggest profit after shipping and fees from the past 7 days. Jason, what do you got?
Again, not a huge week, but here's my biggest profit. These sold for $40 all in on Facebook. Facebook was running this promotion. They may still be, that they were giving free shipping for one item. So this buyer got free shipping, which doesn't affect my profit at all, but 40 was the whole price on that. And then let's see here. I ended up with a profit of $31.13 when you subtract out cost of goods and the small Facebook fee. So $31.13 is my profit of the week on those. And I guess I didn't mention it, but here, let me just show you again. Hoka, One. That's how you pronounce that. Kind of weird, but great shoes here. And I think these were Cliftons. So
they look like Cliftons. Yeah, nice flip. Love the Hoka ones. All right, nice flip on that. So here is my biggest profit item of the week. Aside from the couches, can't use the same thing for 2 categories. So this Rain Spooner shirt, brand new with tags. Let's see if we can get the tag in here. Was
that a retail arbitrage, or did you find that at a thrift store?
Picked it up at a thrift store just last Wednesday. So sold in just a couple of days. I think it was 2 days that this thing took to sell, but really nice piece, cool color, nice pattern. I think it was a big size too. Where is that? Where are you, Yeah, 2XL. So yeah, kind of no brainer. Different one too. It's 100% rayon as opposed to silk. Although I have seen other rayon ones. Silk is more common. I got accepted an offer for $40 plus $6 shipping, so $46 all in. I paid $4 for the shirt. I ended up making for profit $31. You mentioned the 13. I don't keep track of the cents. I just do like rounding, so I don't know where we're at with that.
Sounds like I beat you then by 13 cents.
Well, I'll just go ahead and assume that it was $31.49 rounded down to 31, because real men don't count pennies.
Chris, we've had some close rounds, so by now you got to go down to the increments.
I'm gonna call that one a wash. $31. Call it a straight tie.
Yeah.
So flipping scoreboard, straight tie. So we're still at 1-0. Is fastest sale of the week. That's the fan favorite. Fastest sale of the week. Jason, what do you got?
So here's a brand that I have loved lately. This is within the last couple months, picked this up, and I love this brand. It always sells fast for me. And here's the tag on the inside, Johnny O. It's like a surf brand, and there's the logo. Let's see if I can get that larger, actually. So you can see right there, the little guy with the surfboard. Listed this, and this shirt sold for a best offer of $29 all in on this in 1 hour and 37 minutes. So that was a great fast flip, and that's pretty on point for that brand Johnny O, which Chris, I've been talking about quite a bit lately, between you and I.
Zoom, fast sale. Love that brand. I got one in the pile behind me that I actually just listed a few minutes ago. Just a nice fast sale. So my fastest sale was this Tory Richard shirt. I picked it up for $4. It's a 3 extra big. That's a key here. That's a big size, and the big size, y'all have heard us talk about this a bunch of times. It's got to help things move. Never found a Tory Richard that was that big. It sold for full asking price, $27.95. It sold in 2 hours and 51 minutes, but right before showtime, this isn't even counting the other, the linen shirt. I don't need that one. I'll take this one. This is just fine. I've listed this. It sold within, I wrote this down. It sold in 18 minutes. I took an offer of $20 plus $5 shipping. 18 minutes. I listed this at 6:30, and it sold before showtime. So that's my fastest flip of the week. The key with this,
and it's a Ralph Lauren. That's the weird thing.
Well, here's the thing. Are you familiar with what I just highlighted there, the big Oxford?
No, I'm not.
That's the key on this shirt here. So you can see the pony down below, and then right there where it says the big Oxford. These shirts have sold really, really fast for me. It is a size large, but it actually measures more like it's a 29 pit to pit. So I found that buyers are specifically looking out for these shirts for whatever reason. They sell really, really fast for me. Sometimes the horse is down low like that. Other times it's on the chest like typical. But every time I've picked one of these up, I don't think I've had one last a week, and I'm not even joking. So definitely look out for that big Oxford in all sizes. This is a size large, right? I typically say I don't pick up Ralph Lauren unless it's an XL or bigger, or that's unique. This is a unique one. It's always sells fast for me, the big Oxford.
Yeah. And Ralph Lauren's got a lot of lines like Blair. I think Blake is another one where the sizes actually measure like 1 or 2 sizes larger than. And at first, when I started selling those, I didn't know it, and I would list it. I was like, this is bigger than the size. But then I started to realize that's just how they make the shirt. So it's not uncommon to see like those Ralph Lauren's with a 27-inch for a large, or 28-inch pit to pit or something.
Yep. And this one is even bigger than those. Those are classic relaxed fit Ralph Lauren, but these big Oxfords are even bigger. Like I said, large it's a 29. I mean, that could be a 3XL on some lines of Ralph Lauren. So anyway, look out for that big Oxford tag. I'll show it one last time there.
It's a great bolo.
And I probably could have got more money for it, but when I got an offer right before the show for something like 18 minutes, I was like, gotta accept this offer really fast because I still made good profit off of it. I paid $4 for the shirts, so heck yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
update
right,
to the
2-0.
Shirts 2, shoes 0. Look at this artwork, by the way. Artwork only a mama could be proud of when it's on the refrigerator. All right, so let's move to
Not my
question.
mama. Not the way I'm representing this week.
Question number 4, slowest sale. This is my favorite category. I love getting rid of old inventory that's been sitting around.
Take a look at this unique piece. This is a vintage Orvis, and take a look at the tag in the inside.
Really nice.
So this is my slowest sale from the week. I actually had a buyer come in yesterday and make an offer on 3 shirts, and this was one of them. The only thing I can think of as to why this sat, I mean, it's great color. You noticed I didn't put the size in the title here. And I think this is one where I said shirt runs a little big, says large, but this is more like an XL measurement. And a lot of times I'll put item specific XL if it's like that, but I guess I left it large. So I don't know. That may be why it didn't sell for a while, but I ended up selling it for $26 all in. I listed this on, let's see, February 28th, 2019 for a total of 804 days. So.
Dang, I'm surprised that took so long to list. But maybe you're right. Maybe it's the funny business with the size.
Yeah, because a tag like that, I mean, that's pretty sought after. Like people are looking for vintage Orvis stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the 2 brighted colors or something. I just don't know.
I think the way that I would probably list that is I would just still list it as a large, and then I would call it. I would check the box for relaxed fit, and then I would just mention that it's. I would also, like in the description, it'd be like relaxed fit, fits a little big, because 26.5 isn't that big for a large. You know, large is typically, I think, right down the center. Large, like average, is like 25. So
yeah,
25,
like, 25 and a half. Yeah. I think you're right on.
Huge.
I think that's the better way to market it. And obviously I listed this 2 years ago, but I think that you are right on how that could have been listed a little better to maybe sell it faster.
I probably have a million examples of like stuff from 2 years ago that I've learned since and probably could have, done the listing a little bit smarter, but hey, it's sold and you got decent money for it.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my slowest sale. I listed this item on September the 29th, 2018. I picked this up at Mile High Thrift. I started reselling the first time, Jason, you and I went to the thrift store together was like late July of that same year. So this might have been my 4th thrift store trip. This is one of the oldest pieces that I have in inventory. It sold for a whopping $10 plus $5 shipping. I mean, this thing had been ended in, sell as similar. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times. I even took it out and rephotoed it at one point in time. It's been around so long. So a total of, I didn't even total up the days. What is the days on this?
What was the date?
September 29th, 2018.
18? Wow.
I have it here in my notes. Give me a second. I think it's 900 something. Had a lot of old stuff over the last week or so. Where'd it go? The moment of truth. Where is it? Okay, just because I'm looking for it.
Either way, it sounds like you slaughtered me in this one too.
952 days. This is definitely the longest I've had an item in inventory before it's sold. In fact, let's just double check my inventory sheet. I only have I only have 3 items that are older than this. And I have one other item that I bought on that same day at the thrift store that's still in stock. And guess what size that one is?
Small.
You get one guess. It's a small, a decent brand too, Royal Robbins, but it's a size small. So
yeah, it is a decent brand. Not a good size.
Timberland is not really a decent brand, but I didn't know that 952 days ago. I thought Timberland was a pretty good brand. I pick it up very, very sparingly. Like jackets I'll pick up and blazers. I sold a blazer recently.
I don't think I've ever picked up that brand.
Never?
Never have.
I have maybe 2 other items in inventory and I sold one recently. All right, updated scoreboard. We have 1 tie and then 3 wins for Chris. We're moving into question number 5, best pick of the week. We need you out there to vote on this one. So we're looking for best pick of the week. The last 4 categories, we're all talking about sales. Now we're talking about stuff that we picked up over the past 7 days. You're going to vote Jay if you think Jason's item is the coolest. C if you think my item is the coolest. Chris, don't vote yet. Let's wait till we show you those items. And remember, coolest pick, it doesn't have to be the item that's going to make the most money or sell the fastest, just the thing that you think is the coolest. Maybe it made you smile. So Jason, show us your coolest pick of the week. I'm excited.
Came in today. It was like the 3rd item that I found. Paid $8. Actually, no, this was 25% off. So $6. There's the tag. Got a little Wrangler action, men's large, and it doesn't look like it's been worn much by the tag. But check out this Wrangler. Look at that.
Yes.
And it's got the tassels on the back. I've never found a tasseled Wrangler. I don't know. Does that bring the value down? I feel like whoever wears this is auditioning for Dumb and Dumber.
Yes. Like Dumb and Dumber 3, didn't they already do a second one?
Oh, so they've done way too many of those. But, I mean, look at that piece. Pearl snaps, of course. It looks like it's brand new. Like, the tag doesn't look like it's been worn. But
so
you gotta love the tassels.
Is that factory or is that modified, do you think, maybe?
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think it's been sewn. I think it's been super glued on.
Super glue. Like not even sewn?
I mean, it looks like I can see a little bit. Yeah, this has been super glued on. I didn't even pick up on that. So, I mean, I'm going to sell this as a rare homemade project. I mean, is it? Yeah, that's definitely super glued. That's hilarious.
Awesome.
So, I mean, maybe this should just be like the Two Flippin' Dudes shirt and, we'll auction it off right now.
What size is it?
What's a large?
That's your size.
That's my size, but I don't know. Maybe next week I'll pull out the tassel shirt and put it on.
That thing is sweet, man. I love that font.
Danny says, that's a men's shirt.
It is now.
All right. Shelby says, Chris wore his pink mall walking jacket. Your turn, Jason.
I'm going to push back the desk here for this one.
Yeah, show us what you got here.
I'm not going to wear this one, by the way. Boom. You're like, oh, cool. A vintage Columbia women's XL jacket. You're like, oh, that's kind of neat. Those are good sellers. And then you noticed this. What? Onesie, one piece.
Nice.
Columbia onesie. Look at that thing. Here, I'll move this mic out of the way.
Dude, that's awesome.
Y'all have seen the Columbia tag, but nice color on that. Get a little waist belt there. So there you go. I told you I'm stocking up on winter stuff already. This thing's loud. Sorry for all that noise. I told you I'm stocking up on winter, and I don't know that that'll last till next winter. I was looking. There's been a fair amount of recent sales for Columbia onesies. Comps for that are all over the place, as low as like $35 and as high as like low hundreds. So like 110, 120. I'm going to go ahead and throw that thing up for like $75, accept offers, and see what happens on that. People buy those and they sell really well.
Dude, so, is this my color?
Dude, I think that it looks even more ridiculous on you than I would have thought.
Maybe this is a backwards hat style, backwards hat with the tassels.
That's what it is. Yep. I think that looks better now. You're right. That's what you needed.
Oh man, we're having fun here.
You can't not have fun when you're wearing that shirt. I will not wear the onesie. It is too darn hot for that sort of stuff. Oh
man, yeah. I mean, I think I took the last round, but it's not going to matter, Chris, because you took this game.
You know what though? It always is
All
good
in good fun.
redemption to win category number 5. So
That's right.
I'm not seeing any C's come in. How could you with a Wrangler tassel super glued shirt? Tough to beat. So final scoreboard: Chris with the shirts 3, Jason with the shoes 1, including a rare tie on this one. So I had everything from Hawaiian shirts to Columbia winter ski onesies in this one, and a nice variety of stuff for sure.
Yeah, line dancing. We teach lessons tonight. Come on out.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I need that shirt for when I go line dancing. That's awesome. You know, it's a size large. I might have to buy that from you and give it. Let's see. I think that'll fit my friend.
I mean, you can just save this for a white elephant gift or something. Maybe that's what I'll do. Tanya did say she sold a vintage Columbia snowsuit for $130. So
that's
your
awesome.
Inspiration right there.
Yeah, if it was wintertime, I'd list. If it was December, I'd list that thing high, like 125 or something like that. But I think I'll go in at like $75. See if I can move it sometime before November.
Yeah. Well, let's. I know we're almost out of time, but as we're ending the show, got a couple of things. So I'll throw this question out. Let's see here. Question of the night is: what is something you passed on this week that hurt? Something that you really wanted to pick up, but something that you said, don't do it. It's not the right time, not the right item, not the right size, what have you.
I had, I got to look it up. I forget. Well, there was a couple of things. There was a number of things that I had to pass up. So one that comes to mind real quick is I really like picking up the Sony Dream Machine, like CD player alarm clock radios.
Yeah.
It's like a $20 plus shipping kind of item. But I feel like I find them pretty regularly for, between $1 and $5. They're great garage sale finds where people think, whatever, it's a CD player, a clock radio, who uses these anymore? I found one at a thrift store the other day, and they wanted $15 for it. I was like, wow, I've never seen one of those priced up before. So had to pass it on it, unfortunately. I still have one in inventory. At one point I had 3 of them in inventory, but I've sold a few of them now. But so good bolo item, Sony Dream Machine, like little clock radios. The one specifically with the CD player on the top are good pickups.
Gotcha. Yeah, good to know. Here's mine that I passed on. I really wanted this, and I thought about it for a while, but I'll kind of scan through because I've got some other pictures in here. See if it. There it is, Robert Graham, and it was like I think that's an XL, but I'm not paying $15 for Robert Graham. But look at the graphic on the inside there.
That's a really cool shirt.
You can see really cool pattern all around. I think it had something under the flip cuff, but I was like, man, 12, and I would have taken it or less, but not 15.
Yeah, I haven't been doing as well lately with Robert Graham shirts. That said, I think that's a temporary blip. I think that's one of those brands that slowed down and prices went down a little bit, but will go back up. I think that's sort of a COVID casualty, to be honest with you. I think Robert Graham is a shirt that people buy to, they're going out, they're going to the bar, they're going to the club, right? They're going to a concert or, music venue or something like that. And people haven't been doing a lot of that for the last year. So I think Robert Graham will make a comeback for the resale prices and for the speed of it. But I've had a hard time with Robert Graham lately, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually haven't. And that's why I thought about it for a while. I've sold some really fast lately, but I can't move it. Tanya, I agree with you, Tanya. And that's something where I thought, you know what? It's in 2 weeks, it'll be half price. So I'll go back and see if it's still there. Probably not, but we'll see. Shelby said she found a Revere wear kettle and someone took it from her cart. That is rude. That's pretty low. I'm guessing you walked away from your cart and someone took it out, or did they just take it right in front of you? Because that would be even more gutsy. Trisha says, I didn't go out at all. Still have so much to list and get organized, LOL, and that hurts. Yep, I know that feeling. Well, Chris, we need to announce who's coming on the show next week before we go. You know who it is.
I know who it is. Are you going to tell everyone else?
I'm going to tell everyone else right now. next week. We'll be back with Chris Yurden, Crispy's Flips, on the show, our fourth guest. So you want to stay tuned for that because he's a pretty awesome dude. He's on TikTok, YouTube, selling obviously on multiple platforms. So, and I know Chris, you are probably more familiar with him, Chris, but you've been talking to him a lot lately, getting tips from him on a lot of stuff that he's picking up.
Yeah, so Chris Yerndon, Crispy Flips, he's got both a YouTube and TikTok, and he's pretty active on both. He runs good channels on both. So if you're not following him, it's at Crispy Flips. He's been reselling, I think, for like 20 years, and he went full-time finally last year. And he'll tell you probably more of the story next week about why he went full-time and how that worked. But he's full-time now, but the guy has been selling forever. So he's just a wealth of knowledge. He focuses on toys, which is something that neither Jason or I really focus on. We pick one up every now and again, but it's really not our bread and butter or, where our knowledge base is really at its strongest. So it'll be fun to have him on just to talk about a very different category. We'll probably learn a ton from him. Actually, when Jason and I first started talking about our Facebook Marketplace experiment, which is now about a month and a half old, maybe a little bit longer than that. That I actually talked to Chris Yerndon right before that and got his, I was talking to him. He had been talking about Facebook Marketplace, and I just reached out to him, just to get his thoughts on it. And he was heavy on Facebook Marketplace. He's like, it's been great for me. You should try it out. And I think that you'll really like it. And he was right. I do really like it. So I'm glad he was the person who kind of gave me that push to go do it. I also have been talking to him recently about international sales, and he gave me a push. I'm going to start offering international, not just GSP through eBay, Global Shipping Program. I'm also going to offer direct shipping worldwide through Pirate Ship. I'm going to exclude some countries, but I've been shipping direct via Pirate Ship to Canada now for about a year and a half. And that's gone off without a hitch. So I reached out to Chris and wanted to get his experience on shipping internationally, beyond Canada. And he gave me the push I needed. So I'm going to go do the same thing. So Chris is somebody that I look up to and I turn to for like advice in my business, like actionable advice. And I actually listen to him and execute what he says. So I'm excited to have him on the show because the guy's super smart. He's been doing this a really long time. And it's just a fun guy too. He's super real.
Yeah, he's got a lot of great shipping tips, shipping videos because he's shipping out so many unique items. So a lot of breakables, toys, obviously. So it's I've gotten a lot from him just learning how to ship some of those items that are more rare to package up, different than clothing. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a great show. So make sure you guys come back next Thursday to see Crispy's Flips. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And lastly, before we go, please like this show. Give us a thumbs up. It helps the channel out. We say that every week, but we do appreciate your support in that. So you guys are awesome, and this has been a really good show. And I'm
join us next week. And if between now and then you need to do some shopping for reselling goods, Jason has all the stuff that he uses. I use most of the same stuff linked down below. Also, if you're just going to do some shopping on Amazon, if you click on any of those links and you just go buy whatever you were going to buy, whether it be coffee or rice or whatever, and you're getting it shipped to your house, if you go through those links, it kicks back a little something to the show, and we would appreciate that a ton. Every little bit counts.
We really do. So thanks so much. All right, guys. Hope you have a great week reselling. Thanks for tuning in to this show, Two Flippin' Dudes, episode 20. We'll catch you next week.
Peace. That shirt, Jason.